Alright guys, what's going on? Today is Wednesday and we are going to spend, I would say, hour and a half together. And let me tell you guys, this time that you're going to commit to this webinar is gonna definitely change, maybe change your life, but definitely it's gonna change your perspective on a certain type of visas and certain ways of obtaining those visas. So I will need your commitment to this webinar in order to give you the maximum of value. Okay? So the format of today's webinar is unique. It's the first time that I'm doing this, and I'm sure you guys will find it very, very, very helpful. Okay? So the common background for this webinar is basically a free live Q&A and case review with US licensed attorney myself. Okay, so I will need your engagement to give you the maximum value for this webinar, but more about this later. So without further ado, guys, let's start the webinar. So what you will learn today, first of all, you will learn the breakdown of the criteria and the ways to be approved for O-1, EB-1A, and EB-2 NIW. Okay, so those main visas that we're going to be discussing today. Also, I will give you live case analysis of your profession, of your achievements, and your real options. So at this part, I will need you to be engaged, because if you guys don't give me any information, there's nothing for me to analyze. Okay, so at this, and I will let you know, I will call you, I will ask you to give me that information so you could get the real value right now. Also, you will understand excuse me, you will also understand what kind of criteria we have for the visas, and also how to prove them. Okay, and some of you may think that your profile is not enough, and you will be surprised to learn that some of your profiles will be enough and others may be enough for green card. All right, and we're going to be discussing this as well. Also, I will give you the strategic tips on how to expedite your cases and what kind of traps to avoid. All right. And of course, today we're gonna have a bunch of gifts for you guys. And one of them is the $500 discount on our services. And also I will give you a few more gifts. You guys will love them, I promise. All right, let's move on. All right, guys, and the first one, let's start with the 500 discount with a special offer. Because of course, everybody wants to know that right off the bat. And I'm sorry guys, I'm a little bit, not sick, but I still have the consequences of my trip to Nepal. I went to see the southern slope of Everest in Kalapagar summit, and it was 2 weeks expedition. It was really good, and but I'm still getting the consequences of that. All right, this is really challenging for the body. So I still have a little bit of cough, but it's not gonna bother you. All right, so 500 discount, guys. All you need to do is really simple. All you need to do is to fill out the free evaluation form during this live webinar. Okay, and I will let you know how to do this. Okay, but stay tuned. You gotta be here. All right. And in case you'll see the word potential, which means that your case has a green light for one of the visas, you will get that $500 certificate. And guys, trust me, it's not like Costco or Walmart or those big companies that for Black Friday they increase the old prices for 500 and then give a discount for that. It's not like that, I promise. Okay, the real discount, so this has the real value. Really simple to get. Okay, stay tuned. All right, let me guys tell you a few words about my company. So we've been in business more than 10 years, okay? And you guys know, to show the real commitment, the real value, the real business that is, you gotta be there in this game for at least 10 years. Applies to any type of profession, okay? So we passed that rooster, okay? Over 10 years of company in existence, and actually more than 13 years of my experience, okay? We got approved with over 3,400 cases with the rate of approval more than 90% across all visas. Some visas like O-1, we have 99 chance of approval, okay? Basically, if I'm picking up your case, that means it's going to be approved for the purpose of O-1. And we have over 120 people working in the corporation. What stands us out from everybody else, guys? We have narrow specialization, okay? Only talent, business, and investment visas. That's all we do, all day, every day. No asylum cases, no deportation cases, no family cases, no student visas cases, only business and talent, basically, right? So why is this important? Because we have very, very narrow specialization, very narrow knowledge, okay? And full transparency, guys. We're very, very transparent with the cases, with approvals, with the problems. We always online. We have streams every week. By the way, follow us on YouTube. Every week I have a stream on YouTube. I'm making streams on Instagram. Very outspoken, very outgoing, just to make sure that you guys trust us, and we always out there so you guys could question us, all right, on anything you want. All right, so that's our strength and power. All right, a few words about myself, guys. I'm Stanislav Shamayev. I'm the founder and leading licensed attorney in Shamayev Business Law Corporation. I have two American educations, which I both got with honors, okay? The Florida Atlantic University and St. Thomas School of Law. Both of them are here in South Florida. I worked for federal and state agencies. Important because I know how federal government thinks, okay? I just know what's on their mind. I know what they want to see in the petition, and I know how to present your cases. I'm an active member of Florida Bar Association and also Broward County Bar Association, the Florida Court of Appeals, and also 11th Federal Circuit. Okay, meaning that I can file your appeals and those agencies, but I may pick up your immigration case from any state because immigration law is federal. And of course, me being located in Florida and licensed in Florida, I can have any state represent you from any state: New York, California, Texas, Arizona, North Carolina, Hawaii, Alaska, doesn't really matter. We probably have clients from like 39 states in the US, okay? Throughout my history, I visited, and it's actually the number just grew to more than 60 countries in the world. Guys, US is the best country. I'm originally from Russia, lived in the US for more than 20 years. And we have clients. We extend our operations across over 60 countries in the world, okay? All Europe, all South America, many countries in Asia, many countries in Africa. So really represented in the world. All right, and I already mentioned that more than 3,400 approved cases. Our goal is to bring 10,000 of you to the US by the year 2030. Okay, the 3,400 approvals is the past year statistics. We renew it every year. So now we're definitely over 4,000 cases. We're gonna give you the fresh statistic in the beginning of 2026. All right, so the bonuses, guys, the gifts, the free evaluation, I already mentioned that. That's one of the gifts which can lead to that $500 certification. And also the checklist US talent visas, solution for high achievers like you guys, okay? Very important thing, in addition, as a supplement to the main thing that's gonna happen today, very important to get that thing. Also, guys, if you have a question that's you don't want to ask, and by the way, I encourage you to ask questions in the chat on a click meet, okay? But if you have a question that you want to address to the company and you don't want to share it with the rest of the world, you can click on the top right on WhatsApp. You see on the green strip the black button, click on it, you will be transferred to WhatsApp and you can contact directly my company. And I'm having a special person who is waiting for your questions, okay? So you will have a pretty fast response on that. Okay. All right, guys. And before we begin the real juice, let me know. I will need three things from you. Where are you joining from? So which country you're in right now? What do you do for work? What's your profession? What's your industry? What's your field? Okay? And if you know, number three, which visa, US visa you're considering? Okay? And it's important for me you guys give me this information, because based on your answers, I will be able to attach my presentation to your real profession, okay, to your real achievements and your real things, okay? So don't be shy. There is nothing to worry about. Where you from, your profession, and which visa you're considering. All right, give me that information, and I will really appreciate that. Okay, and let me guys see. I see the question in Russian, so let me read it, and I'm gonna translate it in English, because today's web is totally I'm fluent in Russian, guys. I can read and speak, but of course, most of you are English speakers. So let me see what Ina has to ask. Let me see. Okay, she's working in a financial sector, also teaching. She got a few consultations for different attorneys. Okay. Okay, so what Ina is asking, and I think, guys, this is really important, and I truly believe this question belongs to the part of the webinar where I'm gonna be giving you the breakdown of your, like, basically the analysis of your cases. And but let me see, maybe we should do it right now, because I really wanna give you as much value as possible, because what Ina is saying, that she spoke to a bunch of attorneys, and all of them have different opinions on her case. So let me see if I should do it now. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, yes, yeah, let's do it now. Let's do it now. I think let's do it now, guys, because we have that question. Let's address it. So what Ina is saying, that and she call a person consultant. Guys, don't go to consultants, don't go to paralegals, don't go to people like that who are not licensed attorneys. You're gonna screw this up big time, lose a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of nerves for nothing. Okay, only consult real professionals. If it's not me, for whatever reason, make sure that the guy on the other side is an attorney, okay, US licensed attorney. Ina is saying that that person, the consultant, told her that she must have 5 to 7 academic articles in her professional sphere, and also some press articles about her. I believe that's what she says. And her educational project must be written out by her. And also she must have the free materials to comply with EB-2 and NIW criteria. So and it's in a finance, right? So really, this is not enough for me to give you like in-depth analysis. So what I understand, you're in financial sector and you have educational project, and I would believe that it's a financial project to maybe educate US consumers or do some good for them, bring them some value in the financial sector. So first thing, Ina, that you need to be concerned is not about having academic articles or press articles or free materials. First thing in EB-2 and NIW, and we're going to be discussing this in depth, is what is national interest. What is national interest? It must have merit, and it must be important to the US government. In other words, this project must resolve some problem, and resolution of that problem must be important to the US government. That's your primary concern. Okay? Not how many articles you have, not how much free materials you have, not how much social media engagement you have with this project. That's not the main thing. They may be important in a well-positioned part of the petition to show your ability to implement that project in the US if it has not been implemented yet. But this is far remote from the main thing, the national importance, the national interest. Okay, so and that's why you don't go to the consultants, because they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, that's not how you show national importance, by the academic articles and things like that. You show national importance by statistics, by highlighting the problem through the finding that problem in publications and press and White House policies, the executive orders, expert opinion letters from the US and things like that. Okay, Ina, that's where you should be looking at how the US government will benefit from your educational project. Okay, I've done quite a few educational projects, guys, with for EB-2 and NIW. One of them was the platform for IT, for educational project to educate new IT people, right? Like IT courses, and that was approved. So and what was the problem it would resolve? The lack of US IT people who are ready and willing to do the work in the US. And is it important for the US to get those people educated? Yes, definitely. Okay, Akshat has a question for O-1. Okay, go ahead. Okay, let's see. Miroslav from Texas in IT, EB-1A. Okay, good. Harshita from Illinois. Okay, good. Dev Laxkar. Hi, Stanislav. I'm from India and I'm a remote sales closer, like salesperson, let's say, working for a fitness brand in US. I'm new in this career and I want to know how can I prepare for my application and work on it specially so that I can increase my chances for O-1 visa. Also, can I apply within the 2 years of my career? Really good question, guys. So first of all, absolutely, I have approvals for O-1 and EB-1A for salespeople. It's business. It's business industry, basically. Like if you on sales, this is business. O-1 is definitely your first choice because, first of all, EB-1A for Indian-born people is not readily available. Okay, you need to wait after approval almost 4 years, like 3 years and 10 months for the priority date. Also, 2 years, maybe a little bit on the lower side. I would like to see 3 years, like Scar. I would like to see 3 years. But if you, I don't know how much time you're in your career, if it's 2 years already, or you're pushing 2 years or whatever. Once we go for another 6 months, it's gonna add to that, right? So 3+ years of experience is a good start for O-1 visa. Good question. Okay, Harshit, Illinois. Okay, Illinois, I saw that. Okay, Ines adding to the question. I kind of got that one. Noura, I work in UAE. I'm from Syria. I'm an interior designer professional, have 30 years of experience. I would need you to advise me which visa to apply for. Professional designer with 20 years of experience, Noura. This sounds like EB-1A case. This sounds like EB-1A. You probably have done a lot of projects. You definitely have critical role. We're gonna discuss that. You probably get a higher pay because of your years of experience. You have a lot of projects, showcases. You probably assessed the work of other professionals. That's judging. Also, we can help with the press. We can help with the publications, the academic publications. And I don't know, maybe you have a contribution in the field if you have your own approach, maybe you worked on big projects. So we're looking at 6-7 criteria, even with that limited information you're giving me, just because you have so many years of experience. So definitely I'll be looking for at EB-1A, maybe O-1B if you want to come to the US fast within next 8 months, and then switch to EB-1A. I'm not sure if you still have your Syrian passport, your Syrian citizenship, because I believe Syria is among those 19 countries that have been banned from coming to the US, unless you have a national importance, like national interest thing, okay? Yes, we can look it up and see what's going on, but that could be a case here. Okay, Akshat, my name is Akshat. Hello, Akshat, thank you for joining us. I'm from Dallas, Texas, software engineer O-1A. Okay, good. IT EB-1A, good. I didn't trust a legal firm in UAE to apply as I realized it's not professional. Yes, so what Nora is saying is that there was some company in UAE probably offering services to come to the US, but they're not licensed. Good choice, Nora. Do not do that, because yes, they're gonna mess you up. Okay, so Ina is adding that she's doing education for immigrants in the US for tax purposes and some financial stuff. Ina, you would be surprised. About 7-8 months ago, I got EB-2 NIW approved for non-profit, not-for-profit organization that was a signer for this lady. I think she was from Pakistan. If I'm not mistaken, her project was integrating the immigrants to the US society, basically, and it was not limited to finance only, it was on a larger scale, but this is the same concept. So yes, I would say right off the bat that you may have a good case for EB-2 NIW, but I also would excuse me, guys. But I would also look on EB-1A as well. So you will need to fill out a free evaluation form today, so I could take a look. Excuse me. Okay, a question from YouTube. Finance professional who has worked in the clinical trials industry for 10 years. My God, good. With progress, experience, and promotions, is EB-2 NIW a good option for me? in America for 4 years on E3 Australia visa. Absolutely, absolutely. I would look at EB-1A first. I would look at EB-1A first as the first option, and then EB-2 NIW. I had recently, maybe 6 months ago, I got an approval for our client from Germany, or EB-2 NIW. He was in the compliance for pharma, for big pharma companies, to expedite the coming out of the new medicine to the market. Okay, so it also included the clinical trials and all this thing more on the compliance side. So something similar, I got similar EB-2 NIW case. Good, good. I don't see the name, but you also will need to fill out the free evaluation form. I will first look for EB-1A, then we'll consider EB-2 NIW. Oh, okay, no reborn UAA. Okay, good, good. UAA is good. Akshat have around 4+ years of experience. That's O-1 level. EB-1A, I would say 5 to 7+. Better 10+ years is my first choice. Second choice, 5 to 7+. Below 5, really hard. Possible, but hard. I need to know more details. Okay, Jasper from Netherlands. I'm looking to start a company with a friend from the US. Okay, sounds like O-1. We would register the company in the US, and I would like to see if I could get a visa for my own startup company. Would either start it an LLC or a C Corp. Yes, Jasper, that sounds just like O-1. Maybe E2 if you wanna put 100K, 100K in that. Each of you, we could consider E2 as well. Miroslav, for the free evaluation for EB-1A visa, please explain how to choose talent category, business or science for IT guy. Science, Miroslav. Pick science, that's going to be the right choice. Nora's life in UA. Okay, you're welcome. Akshat, I'm on F1 stamp OPT right now, and from last 2 years, my H1B didn't picked. Could you advise me? O-1 visa, Akshat. O-1 visa is going to be for you. I have a lot of Indian-born clients who are in the same situation. STEM OPT, coming to an end. No H1 selection. O-1 is the solution. What is your success rate with the EB-1 petitions for IT professionals? For IT, I would say above 93, 94%. Guys, IT is like 40% of my practice, okay? Big chunk of my practice. Like 40% is like the overwhelming majority of the cases from IT, maybe even more. So we have that narrow specialization. Anyone, artificial intelligence, front end, back end, Python, C++, Java, cybersecurity, blockchain, you name it. I've done all of these cases: project managers, data analysis, neuroprogramming, whatever that is, hundreds upon hundreds. No problem, guys. If you make a mistake in a free evaluation or your no problem. Okay, guys, we got a really good warm up. Let's move on. Thank you for your participation. Let's get to the juice of today's topics. Guys, let's first talk about the most effective US visas right now, because you guys know about the craziness that's going on with the US immigration field right now. Trump is so aggressive. The USCIS is very aggressive with the approach and adjudication. Department of Labor is very aggressive, but there are visas that have not been affected by that, or have been only partially affected, and we're gonna focus on those today. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through those visa categories and explain why those visas are the best, and pushing to 2026 they will be shining like diamonds, guys. Like diamonds in the sky. Alright, so, and I'll show you the criteria and how to prove that. It's gonna be a lot of good stuff, guys. We will begin with number one choice for any one of you. O-1 visa, non-immigrant for people with extraordinary ability. And guys, do not be confused by this last part of this visa. Extraordinary ability sounds really daunting. Like, oh my god, I have no extraordinary abilities. Hold your horses, guys. I will show you why extraordinary ability is not in reality as scary as it may sound. Okay, I will definitely explain you what that means. And there you go. Right, next slide. We're gonna talk about this. How does USCIS determine what is your talent? What is your extraordinary abilities? And there is a measure to that, because otherwise, maybe Akshat and Harshita and Ina, maybe they are talented. And I will say, hey, those guys are talented. But Miroslav is gonna say, no, Stanislav, I disagree with you. They're not talented. Ina does not have national importance in her project. Akshat doesn't have enough experience. So it's subjective, right? Like one person says that and the other one says differently. What's the real measure? And the real measure is the criteria by which USCIS determines whether you have that extraordinary ability, whether you're talented. And for each type of visa, we have different number of criteria, and also different ways how we can prove those criteria, and different depth of the criteria, right? Because for O-1A and EB-1A, these are the same criteria, but the depth is much deeper for EB-1A than O-1. Okay, so that's the measure. Stanislav, how many criteria we should prove in order to get the O-1 EB-1A and EB-2 NIW visas? Well, that's right in the law, guys. 3 criteria minimum. 3 criteria by law, but for the purpose of O-1, I want 5 criteria minimum. For the purpose of EB-1A, 6. So 5 and 6 by my book. Okay, and maybe the consultants will tell you otherwise. I hope you will never listen to them. And if we're talking about EB-2 NIW, all criteria must be proven. Okay, how many criteria in EB-2 NIW? There is different way to measure. I say 3 which have sub criteria to them, but 3 the main ones. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the advantages of O-1. First of all, guys, there is no limitation of how many of those visas will be issued every year. Why are we talking about limitations? Because H-1B has limitations. All immigrant visas have certain amount of green cards available each year. That's why we have backlog for the second category, third, and the fourth. EB-2, EB-3, EB-4, right? The only 2 categories, except for Indians and some other countries like Chinese, some from Mexico and Philippines, EB-1A and EB-1 and EB-5 have no currently have no limits on the number of not on the number on the currency, on availability of the green cards. That's the proper word, availability. They're available, right? So O-1 has no such limits. There is no labor certification requirement, guys. EB-2, EB-3, to the certain extent H-1, they require to have that certification or affirmation of that certification. And this is a long process, okay? And also O-1 suits for all professions. All of you guys who mentioned your professions, IT, finance, like IT, finance, I think, You guys all IT and finance today, mostly. Yes, software engineers, IT. Okay, interior design, of course. That's O1, could be O1B though, because there's art component. It's like a hybrid O1 petition. Sales, of course, O1A category. Good, good. So you guys all have access to O1 visa, okay? Now, initial stay up to 3 years, guys, with unlimited 1 year extensions. Could be more than 1 year, but we could extend it for as long as we need to. Especially it works for Indians because we need to wait for that priority date to kick in. So we gotta close that gap if we don't have H1 visa, and O1 is a perfect solution for you guys. And like I told you, 3 criteria we must have by law, but we want to have 5. Okay, it's very fast. 6 months working on a case. If you're in the US, the change of status the same day. If you're outside of the US, 2 months for the embassy. So 6 months in the US, 8 months outside of the US. Perfect choice if you want to switch to EB-1A or EB-2 NIW or any other immigrant visa. Okay, O1, like it's like platform, you know, like you squeeze into the door, you go inside, you put that podium, that platform, you stand on it, and you're ready to jump for the green card. That's what O1 gives you. Basically, no restrictions on the employment in the US in the sphere of your talent. And guys, you listen very attentively, because I notice even I say that you guys cannot believe it. So take it as it is. You may become an employer to yourself. Okay? O1 requires an employer to sign your petition, right? Everybody knows it. However, we know the ways how we can help you to register that company in the US that will become your employer. Okay? And through that company, you may work as a contractor with other projects, with other companies, or when time is right, we can refile your O1 on another employer. So really good solution. Expedited processing, and your family will be able to join you, your spouse and your children before under 21 years old. Now guys, let's talk about O1 criteria, and I will tell you an average case what constitutes O1 petition. All right, so I'm gonna go one by one, and listen very attentively, because you guys will be able to hear certain things that you will know will help you to satisfy the criteria. First one is awards. Okay, so you participate in a field, in your industry competitions, and you get a prize. Okay, it could be hackathons, could be events of the year in your country, in other countries, could be datathons, whatever that is. Also, alternatively, you can get grants from commercial or non-commercial organizations that are prestigious. You can get the government awards, really good, also could be awards. You may have a dissertation that's been noted as important, that could be an award. And also, if they call you to speak at prestigious conferences that sort out the speakers, that could be an award in itself, guys. Okay, very important. Not too many people know. Even consultants don't know that. Even some attorneys don't know that speaking at a conference could be an award. Okay, how do we prove it? A letter from organizers, and of course, indirect evidence, pictures, press, social media, certifications of participation, and things like that. Okay. Media coverage, guys. So press, radio, TV write about you or your work. okay? And it could be major media, like big newspapers in your countries, like India.com in India is a good example. They write something about you. The journalist writes an article about you, or the professional media, like IT Weekly, for example, or Tech Bullion, okay? And you IT guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like you guys read it. I don't care about that. I only read it because you guys bring me the articles from that. Otherwise, I wouldn't care. And Inna would not read those, but she would read her professional articles from the industry about education, about finance, maybe, right? That's the type of media. Now, guys, very important, the requirements for the articles. And there must be a title, there must be a date when it was published, and very important, guys, the name of the author, of the journalist. Because dates and title, usually there, rarely I see the problems there, but the name of the journalist are just sometimes missing. And trust me, I tried everything for those articles in my career, even the letter from editorial board saying, hey, that's just how we do it, this guy wrote this article, and we just don't put nothing, not gonna work. So the name must be there, okay? This criterion we could help you with, not particularly us, but we have partners, PR agencies, who can help you to get those things published, those articles about you, right? Real ones, no fake, nothing shady, just real articles, real journalists, real newspapers, real magazines, online, of course. There is no hard copies anymore. Academic articles, guys. Academic articles. You could author or co-author, right? And the law gives you an option to get expert opinion articles in the major or professional press. May work for O-1, for EB-1A, really doesn't work, unless it's like an article in Forbes or Yahoo Finance or Bloomberg, like top of the top, and even then it may not work, okay? So focus on academic articles, on research papers, and also we have vendors who can help you with that as well, even if you don't have them, okay? Also real, no fake, nothing painted in Photoshop, real stuff. 3, judging the work of other professionals. The direct way to prove this criterion, guys, is to be a judge in a competition or on a panel of judges who make decisions who is the winner. But indirect or alternative way is you do like code review or architectural review, IT people, cross team, cross departments in other companies. INA may do financial audits of some projects. This is to do the financial audit. You gotta see what other professionals did, right? To understand what's going on there. The editorial boards, committees who choose who is gonna speak at the conference, what paper is gonna be published. Also, if you issue the grants to other people in universities, non-for-profit organization, government, also could be assessing other professionals, right? So do focus more on alternative ways, because that's where the juice is. How do we prove it? The letter from organizers, okay? Number 5, guys, contribution in the industry. We must do something innovative, original, and significant for the in the industry. Okay, what could it be? A highly cited publication, a dissertation that's been noted like that, a book, a technology, algorithm, application, open source library, patent, course, whatever that is, guys. New methodology. Anything that's important in the industry, okay? For example, Teaching courses, guys, training courses, a very good way. How do we prove the significance of that? Either your students achieved something big in their careers, some of them, or just by mass. Okay, over 1,000 is a good way to prove EB-1A contribution. We're going to talk about it later. For O-1, maybe 500 people is going to be a good bet. Also, expert opinion letters. By the way, guys, one of the benefits working with my corporation, we have a NEO program, guys. What is a NEO program? Because we currently have about 330 clients simultaneously working on the cases. Guys, we're a big company. Okay, don't be like, how 300 people, like how, Stanislav, how you handle 300 people? Well, we're big, guys. We're really big. So we can handle more than that. But I like to have about between 300 and 350 clients on average every single moment. So we divide you internally by profession. So let's say Akshat is let me see, Akshat I think is IT, right? Yes, IT. So Akshat is IT and Harshita is IT professional, so software engineers, right? So Harshita and Akshat working on the EB-1 or O-1 cases, and we're like, okay guys, you're in the same field, so let's connect you through different from your teams, and you're gonna exchange those independent expert opinion letters, which are really heavy weight piece of evidence. And you guys do it by algorithm that I have, the methodology behind it, up to 4 letters like that, guys. The value of 1 letter in NEO program is $1,500, so 1,500. If you try to get that letter outside of my corporation, right? With us, you get it for free. Okay? Nobody's doing this for you guys. Only we do this, and much more. Okay? That's one of the examples how much we are committed to your cases, how much we care about you and the results. Okay, so the value of NEO program is up to $6,000 for free. Okay, just because you work with us, you cannot beat that. Leading critical role in a company with distinguished reputation. So if you work with a company that has a good reputation in the field and you do something important work for them, or you control and direct people, this is going to be a critical or leading role. And trust me guys, all of you have at very least 1 to 3 critical roles in your careers if you have more than 3 years of experience, 3 to 5, okay? If more, could be more, okay? How do we prove it? A letter from the company. High salary, that's another one. Your salary must be 20 or more % higher than the average specialist in your field in your geographical location. So let me see. Okay, who was first? Miroslav from Texas, also in IT. Let's say Miroslav is a software engineer. He's doing the back end, and his salary is $150,000. And an average in Texas, and let's say Austin or Dallas. Let's do Dallas. And an average IT specialist in Dallas makes $110,000, right? So we are 40,000 more than the average. And 40,000 would be what? Approximately 30% more, right? Than 110. So that means we're above 20%, which means we make a significantly higher salary. We must show the taxes. We must show payment of the taxes. So that way, Miroslav is going to qualify for higher salary. Okay? All right. Associations, guys. And let me tell you, guys, association is one of the hardest criteria in O-1 EB-1A combination, because the the requirements for that association is so high that it's almost impossible unless you are in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, right? Also, all you IT engineers, data people, maybe even design could qualify. You guys will get association because we know those associations, and when you start working with us, that's another yet benefit working with our company. We suggest you associations for your profession if you're in STEM and sometimes in business. So those two categories, they're totally covered. All right. So you guys may get an additional criteria for nothing, for free, basically. Okay, just because you work with our team. So now, guys, I promised you to tell the average O1 case, and let me tell you, in my more than 10 years of experience working on hundreds upon hundreds of O1 cases, I never had two similar cases. All of them are different, but if I take all O1 cases that I filed and kind of divided it by the criteria, I would get an average case. Okay, so let me tell you what would be an average case for O1 to be approved. And guys, sit down for that, because some of you is gonna black out because you'll be like, oh my god, this is not as hard as I thought. So let's do this. 3 media articles, 2 academic publications, 2 judging engagements, 2 critical roles, and highest salary. Okay? Of course, some of you is gonna have one award or 2 awards instead of judging. Some of you is gonna have a contribution instead of high salary. There could be combinations, but that's the average case. You got it, right? 3 press articles, 2 academic publications, 2 critical roles, 2 judging engagements, and could be competition or alternative, and higher salary. So guys, I'm telling you right now, all of you can get O1. Okay, of course, I don't know all the details. Maybe the salesperson with 2 years, I forgot the name, Jasper, right? Yes. Oh no, Jasper is from Netherlands. Jasper is going to be in business category for O1. That's going to be good. Yeah, the salesperson with 2 years of experience. Maybe we need one more year focused work. Then yes. Okay. So, and with you having your company as your employer, you guys gonna rock. You guys gonna get approved with 99 chance of approval. Okay, let me see if you guys have additional questions for O1. I'm gonna move on because time is running. Akshat says, I want to file O1. That's a good choice, Akshat. That's a really good choice. Yes, 5 years of experience. I would start with 3 years for O1 as a bottom line. 5 years, we can be pushing EB-1A. Yes, like I said. So, guys, draft. Send me your questions if you have any. Let's get your first bonus. So, free evaluation, guys. Very, very important for 2 reasons. First reason is to get to know whether you have a potential in your case to get approval for that O1, possibly EB-1A. Okay, all of you need to get a free evaluation right now as I speak. Okay, and you can scan the QR code, or there is the pinned message to our chat. And it says, fill out the questionnaire to get a free evaluation link. You can click on it. And maybe if moderator is kind enough, the moderator can duplicate the link in the chat. So it's more convenient for you guys. So either scan the QR code or click on the link pinned to the chat. Okay. And the second reason, guys, the $500 certificate. Okay, the 500 discount on our services, real, not fake, not added and subtracted, real $500, I promise. Okay, but you gotta do that free evaluation while we're having a webinar. Okay, EB-1A. EB-1A. Talent visa for the purpose of getting the green card. Okay? So same criteria, same extraordinary ability, same talent, but we will be getting the green card for you and your family. And I want to remind you guys, if you have a question and you don't want to drop it in the comment section for everybody to see, click on right on WhatsApp button at the top of your screen in the middle of it, and you will be redirected to the company representative on WhatsApp immediately. Guys, not gonna talk about the advantages of EB-1A. You getting the green cards for you and your spouse and kids below 21 years old who are not married. And let's switch to criteria, the main thing for EB-1A. And remember that I told you that the criteria is pretty much the same. Okay, it's the same, but the depth is much deeper. Oh, let me see. Huh. Did you guys see that thumbs up thing? I love it. That's the technology. So the depth is much deeper. I don't even know how to. It's more prestigious. Let me put it this way: more prestigious. Okay, more voluminous. Okay, better worked out criteria for EB-1A. Okay, so let's take a look. Because EB-1A has two more additional criteria, and probably for the designer, we have one confirmed designer with us today. You will get two more criteria for the purpose of EB-1A, right? I think Nora, designer, yes, interior designer. So Nora from UAE, with 20 years of experience, Nora, you will get two additional criteria for your EB-1A purpose. Okay, exhibition showcases where your work is shown to the public. Could be magazines, could be showrooms, could be expos, big chain stores, things like that, right? Or famous builders. They took your design for the new line of skyscrapers that they build for insides, like the lobby or something. Those are showcases, okay? And commercial success in performing arts, a little bit harder for designers, but it's more for movies, TV shows, artists, DJs, dancers, musicians. When you perform and people come and pay money, okay, this is commercial success. Like right now, I have a acrobat from Du Soleil circus, right? So his performance in that circus, people come and watch him perform, and it's never an empty place, never an empty spot in the circus. So there's a commercial success in performing arts. Okay. Other than that, guys, all the criteria are the same. We got the awards, we got the media coverage, publications, judging, contribution in the industry, leading critical roles in organization with distinguished reputation, significantly higher salary, associations, and two additional ones. Now, let me guys tell you the average case for EB-1A as of right now. And right now we have a little more stringent adjudication, so we really want to back up that case to the max. Okay, so I would say two awards, 4 media articles, 3 academic publications, 1 contribution in the industry, 2 to 3 critical roles or leading roles, and higher salary. Okay, so 6 criteria. Of course, we can pick and choose which one. If we have 7, even better. Sometimes we have 8. Very good for STEM people. You guys usually have 8, okay, because we got the association for you, we got the media coverage, we got the academic articles. Sometimes we help you with contribution in the industry, okay, and even the awards. We can tell you which competitions will be easier for you to participate and get a prize based on your profile. Okay, guys, we like full stop, like one-stop shop for all your talents, because we are not like many attorneys like, okay, Akshat, you have no case, I'm sorry, I cannot take your case. We will never say that. We will say, Akshat, you don't have case yet right now, but that's what you gotta do to have a case. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and this is the people who are gonna help you. All right, so that's how we roll, guys. We are very client and result oriented company, and we really care about the final outcome. Okay, because our reputation is crystal clear. All right, and you can see we have over 100 reviews on Google and very high rating. Very high. 4.8 is insanely high for this industry. Okay. Questions, guys. Let's have questions on EB-1A before we move to the second bonus, because this is a good time to start dropping more questions in case you have them. Guys, I know I have this tendency to be so thorough and so in depth with my explanation that you guys just don't have any questions. Okay, I know this tendency. Really break it down, good for you, because I've been doing it for so many years. Okay, so guys, download this guide, this solution, because it's gonna be so beneficial as a supplement in your case after this webinar. Okay, why? Because on top of what you learned today, it's gonna give you more on top of that. So scan that QR code, screenshot it, scan it from a different device, and we're also gonna drop a link to that solution. Make sure you download it within 24 hours, because otherwise it's gonna be the link is gonna be destroyed. And of course, for those of you who did not feel the free evaluation for O-1, do it for EB-1A. It's risk-free. It's absolutely no charge. And of course, you will get that $500 discount if you do the free evaluation during today's webinar, and you will see the word potential. Not everyone will see the word potential, guys. I gotta say that right away, because I'm taking on the cases that I can improve and file with my team within next 6 months. Okay, so if I see that in your case, in your answers, that's why give me more details, because you have a better chance to see that word potential. And also, the word potential means that you have to come to the second step. Complex immigration planning. What is the complex immigration planning? This is the procedure, the service in my company, where in 2 stages. First, you meet with a data analyst, then you meet with me for your written strategy presentation. Okay, and after we finish, you get that document, sometimes up to 40 pages. You know, it's a real deal, guys. No bait click, no fake like that. Real big document with your grade, with all your career written out within the criteria, which criteria we satisfy, which we're gonna be working on, how to do this, all the costs and everything. Really, real deal, guys. So do the free evaluation right now. And last but not least, EB-2 NIW, guys, national interest waiver. So let's go straight to the criteria, because this is the most important. 3 criteria, like I told you before, guys: education, endeavor / project, and well positioned. We gotta prove all of them. Okay. Alternatively to education, we can prove exceptional ability, and you can see those criteria on the slide, and we gotta prove at least 3 of them. But trust me, guys, if you don't have master's degree or bachelor's and 5 years of experience, I would not go EB-2 NIW, because immigration officers, they really want to see that education. So technically, sometimes I do that an alternative. So we show the education, but we say, hey, but we also have exceptional ability. Okay, yes, that combination will work, but just exceptional ability, it's already risky, because very subjective type of visa. Still good, but subjective. Officer either like it or he doesn't, or she. So we don't want to add any additional risks to this already subjective visa. So education, the idea of your project, and guys, the Inas, we have Ina today with us in the financial industry. She wants to educate immigrants, and Ina, I would not limit your project to immigrants. Why would you do this? I would say educating Americans and immigrants as a little specialization, because some Americans need that education too. Trust me. Many Americans need education, so let's bring all of them on board, right? Why would be just doing for immigrants? It's good, but we can expand it and bring more people on board and show the national importance through that. Okay, guys, let me give you the most recent approval for EB-2 NIW, and I really love it. I think it's second best. It's second best project in my career, just not by utility of it, not by utility, but by the project itself, right? So it's IT guy, that's IT guy, the software engineer. So his project is application for, you guys will be surprised, for motorcycle riders. So people who ride motorcycles, bikers, motorcyclists, whatever, maybe even cyclists, like regular bicycle, right? People who have two wheels under them, okay, below them, and who either pedal or use the engine. So whatever that is. So that application is for them to use the roads and unknown trails in the US, and maybe in the future across the world. So what's the use of it? Well, if you travel to a different state and you want to explore those unknown parts that are not on GPS roads, not on official roads, you want to go to those trails that you're not going to get lost or risk your life or something. So that app was for that. But there is a zest. There is some, you always want to throw something like really like unusual in those cases. And by the way, my idea, guys, I suggested that he adds, and for him it was like 5 seconds work, to add an emergency button, guys. Okay, so I truly believe that emergency button was the deal breaker for the immigration officer to give approval to that case. Why? Because if you ride that bike on that unknown trail off-road and something happens to you and you fall somewhere and you, God forbid, get injured really bad, you can, by pressing one button, send the signal to the emergency services with your current coordinates, with your location, with your precise location, guys. So saves lives. Not only for entertainment purposes, give all those trails to those people riding bikes, but also saving lives, guys. I'm proud of myself, I'm honest, because that's the difference between maybe approved and not approved, that little thing, okay? So it's just an example, or it happened 2 weeks ago. So still getting approvals for EB-2 NIW, guys, not only for PhDs, or scientists, or big known people in the world, but for regular people like us, okay? Well positioned is we gotta prove that we can make this happen. The best thing is money. Second best, interest from US consumers or companies. Third best, both of those things. Okay, that, and of course our experience, relative experience, relative skills, certifications, education, and all that. Okay, that's going in a well position. So we gotta prove all of them, all three. Okay, and by the way, guys, I just realized I forgot to mention the timing for EB-1A. It's a year and a half if you're outside of the US. It's 1 year if you're inside of the US, starting from work on your case. When you start working with my team on your case, it's 1 year in the US, a year and a half outside of the US until you get your green card. Okay. For EB-2 NIW, it's 2 years and a half on average. Okay, so it's longer, but has different criteria. All right. Unless you're from India. If you guys from India, forget about EB-2 category or EB-3. Your combination is O-1 to EB-1A. Okay, let's do the questions, guys. Let's do the questions. If you have any. So now is the good timing, guys. If you don't have any question for right now, we still have, technically, we have 20 more minutes to go with the webinar. Of course, no questions. We're gonna wrap it up, but you have that time to fill out the free evaluation form. Okay, free evaluation form is a good timing right now. Okay, do it. Miroslav says it's so slow. I guess, Miroslav, maybe you can improve the landing page for us, and maybe that would be critical role in my company. Guys, bring in the value right there. Can we have QR code to download the doc, please? Yes, you mean like the solution? Yes. Elfie, screenshot it from your screen, and yes. So screenshot it right now, and you have a link also. You have a link. Ala, I'm a PMO with 10 years of experience at real system projects. Can I apply for EB-1? Of course, Ala. EB-1A or maybe EB-2 NIW, because you know, the rail system, definitely it's a national interest, okay, national importance. So maybe EB-1A, maybe EB-2 NIW. To actually answer your question, do the free evaluation. Give me all the details. I'll take a look and give you like really thorough analysis of your case. Okay, and I already said a few times about special offer, guys. Don't miss that one. Write to WhatsApp button, guys. Don't forget that one, because you can contact direct on my company if you have some delicate question, some intimate question. It's going to be confidential between us, of course. Nobody will see it but me and my team. Also, follow me and my company, guys, on all these platforms. LinkedIn is really good. Twitter, X, Instagram, every day's update. Telegram, YouTube twice a week. I do the videos. Also stream once a week. Facebook, unique content, guys. Because I know some of you like, oh, I like LinkedIn, I like X, I like Instagram. So we do not repeat our content, okay? Each platform has its own, so which one you like, use that. Definitely it's gonna be good for you. Very valuable stuff. Nora, I'm concerned after you mentioned about my nationalities. I hold the Syrian passport. I still can be eligible to apply. Yes, if you were born, actually, if you were born in UAE, you probably be looked at as UAE national. Okay, so but yes, drop that question, Nora, in the maybe will be the one to contact me through WhatsApp, and give me more information about all your stuff, and I'll take a look. Okay, I'll take a look. And the case manager is going to be in contact with you to give you the information. And mention you from webinar. That may maybe expedite the process. All right, guys. We did great. Hour 15 minutes. I think it was really good because you guys had like this good enough engagement. And I think I gave you the best presentation ever you get, and a lot of value. So I will be waiting for your free evaluation forums, guys, because today is Wednesday. So by end of Friday, you guys, all of you will get the free analysis from me. Look for the word potential, guys. Okay. All right. There's one more question. Harshita, do you happen to provide recommendation letters for free? Independent expert opinion letters from NEO program, but recommendation letters, that's your obligation, Harshita, because usually those are people who worked with you or who know your work. So there is no way for us to know those people. It could be people, it could be companies, associations, federations, whatever, right? So, but trust me, independent expert opinion letters, the recommendation letters nowhere to be found near those big, really heavyweight letters, okay? And you better have that independent expert opinion letters than those recommendation letters, okay? Trust me, that's the reality of that. So I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned for not being able to provide you those recommendation letters, because we do something much better. Okay, guys. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate all of you. We'll be doing your free evaluations starting right now. Maybe before even Friday, you'll be getting that. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.